ওকে, সো হ্যালো এভরিওয়ান, আই হোপ তোমরা আগের ভিডিওগুলো দেখেছো অ্যান্ড কিছু হেল্প হয়েছে তোমাদের। যদি কোথাও প্রবলেম থাকে তাহলে আমাকে জানিও, আদারওয়াইজ আমি নেক্সট টপিকে স্টার্ট করবো, হুইচ ইজ ফোরকাস্টিং পপুলেশন। ফাইন। সো এনিওয়ে, সো আমি তোমাদের নোটগুলো তৈরি করে রেখেছি যদি ইন কেস তোমাদের দরকার পড়ে তার জন্য। ফাইন, কারণ ছোটো ছোটো টপিক করে আমি নোট তৈরি করছি যাতে তোমাদের কিছু প্রবলেম না হয়। আদারওয়াইজ যদি তোমাদের প্রবলেম হয় তাহলে অবশ্যই আমাকে জানিও। আমি নোটগুলো এই জন্যও তৈরি করে রাখছি যাতে তোমরা যদি চাও তোমরা ভিডিও দেখে পজ করে সেই ভিডিওগুলো ডাউনলোড করতে পারো। ফাইন। আর আদারওয়াইজ যদি তোমার ইন কেস অন্য কোনো প্রবলেম হয়, লেটস সাপোজ কারো বায়না থাকতে পারে যে স্যার না স্যার ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, স্যার হিন্দিতে বোঝালে ভালো হয় বা ইংলিশে বোঝালে ভালো হয়, আমাদের তোমরা অলরেডি থার্ড ইয়ার। সো আমি সেই হিসাবে তোমাদের ভিডিও তৈরি করতে পারি। আদারওয়াইজ আমি ট্রাই করছি যতটা ইমপ্রুভ করার বা যতটা তোমাদের এক্সপ্লেন করার। ফাইন। সো আমি বলবো বেটার ভিডিওতে কনসেন্ট্রেট না করে কনসেন্ট্রেট কর টপিকে বা কন্টেন্টে যেটা আমি পড়াচ্ছি। ফাইন। আদারওয়াইজ তোমাদের এটা এক্সামের আগে কাজে লাগতে পারে যদি তোমাদের দরকার পড়ে। ইন কেস যে শর্টে আমি জাস্ট রিভাইজ করবো কুইকলি, সো তার জন্য এই ভিডিওগুলো করা আর কিছু। ফাইন। So anyway, so let's start. So first is forecasting of population. So I've already said before that the first topic we will be covering, which is forecasting of population or forecasting population method, right? Because I have said earlier that forecasting population is the first topic we will have to deal with, right? So let's talk about forecasting population. So there are already 7 methods are there, but these two are not in your syllabus, right? So you have to deal with only 5. You don't have to remember these ones. Fine. This is more details if you want to let's suppose you want to prepare for your competitive exam or for BTech, so this will be helpful for you later on. Fine. So let's talk about first which are the methods. Fine. So first is arithmetic increase method, then is geometrical increase method, next is incremental increase method, next is logistic curve method. Fine. And fifth one is decreased rate of growth method. Fine. So these 5 you have to deal with, or you have to study only these 5 only, right? So one by one we'll discuss about each and everything and what is this and so on. So we will see how to do these things. Fine. So first of all, let's talk about arithmetic increase method. Fine. So this is one is arithmetic increase method. So what is this? So always remember that arithmetic increase method is only for already developed cities or old cities. Fine. So it means when some towns are already developed, means there is no growth at all, so we can say that is old cities, means there are already too much population and population isn't increasing that much. So for that one we calculate arithmetic increase method. Fine. Otherwise in your standard it will be mentioned in your question that solve the question according to arithmetic increase method. Otherwise if you go to any competitive exam, so there won't be mentioned that do some problems with arithmetic increase method. Fine. So you have to do you have to find yourself, or you have to identify yourself whether it is talking about arithmetic or geometric or any other rest of methods. Fine. So let's talk about arithmetic increase method. So always remember for your standard, always remember that arithmetic increase for only already developed cities, which is already developed, or old cities, means which is old. Fine. So we can say it as dp dt equals to constant. Now some can ask that what is this actually. Fine. So this is not your standard, but still for knowledge, because you guys are already in third year, so you have to be conceptual, you have to be technical, so you have to know everything, each and everything, why it is happening, right? So dp by dt means p is I have already told you before that p is mentioned as what? P is mentioned as population, right? And t is for time, of course. So dp by dt equals to constant. So this means the population with respect to time will be constant always. Why? Because I have already told you earlier that for old cities population will be constant, because the town, the specific town will be congested already, and no population growth is there, we considered it at least. Fine. So according to that we calculate these things. Fine. So anyway, so let's talk about the equation. So equation, this is a very simple equation, which is Pn equals to P0 plus Nx bar. Fine. So Pn equals to P0 plus Nx plus. This is a simple formula. You can say you have already studied in your 9th or 10th exam, which was in your math syllabus, which was about simple interest. You know, simple interest, compound interest. So this is more or less simple interest mathematics. Fine, same. So whoever did that mathematics, so that will be helpful for you. Fine. So next, let's see which things are denotation. Fine. So Pn equals to population after n decades. Fine. And now what is n decades? N equals to number of decades. Now what is number of decade? So number of decade means 1 decade equals to 10 years. So 1 decade equals to 10 years means what? Means each 10 years we count as, each 10 year gap we count as 1 decade. Means let's suppose I'm saying 2010 to 2020, right? So 2010 to 2020 there is 10 years gap. So we say it as, but we call it as 1 decade, right? I hope you know. So next is P0 or P0, which is known as last known population, right? Last known population, which will be given in your questions already. Fine. And X bar is average increase in population, means whatever the data will be given, you have to do the average of that population. Clear? So it will be clear when you will do some math, so it will be more clear to you. So let's talk about math, so it can be clear for you. Fine. So this is a simple math given that population of 5 decades, there is already mentioned 5 decades from 1930 to 1970 are given in table. Fine. So one table is given, so you have to do the math according to that. Find out the population after 1 and 6 decade beyond the last known decade by using arithmetic increase method. So this will be in your standard. It will be mentioned in your question that you have to do the calculation, or you have to do the math according to that particular method. Here it is mentioned that it is by arithmetic increase method, right? So this is my chart, so we have to do mathematics according to that, right? So let's see how to do it. So let's see how to do it, right? So let's see how to do it, right? Okay, so I'm writing the questions here in a chart. You have to form a chart, right? So my handwriting is bad, as you know, so just consider it, right? Or just manage it. So this is the population, and this is the increase in population. Fine. So just ignore the table, the curvy lines and so on. Fine. And my handwriting, of course. So this is only for so that you can understand it. Fine. So let's write it. 1930, 1940, which was given in your question. 1950, 1960, and 1970, right? This was given in your question. So write down the population according to that, which was 25,000, 28,000, 34,000, 42,000 and 47,000. Fine. So this was given in your question up to that. Now you have to calculate increase in population according to what? According to arithmetic increase method. Fine. So arithmetic increase method, first remember that what was the equation. So let's write it down. Pn equals to P0 plus Nx bar, right? It was my equation. So let's see how to calculate it. Fine. So let's see how to calculate it. First of all, what we have to do, we have to calculate the increase in population, means how much increasing, how much it is increasing, means how much it is increasing for. So let's say 1930, right? And then in 1930 the population was 25,000. In 1940 it was 28,000. So how much increase it is? Just minus from this one to this one. So it will be what? It will be x1, let's suppose. Fine. You can assume whatever you want. It will be simple math. You have to minus, right, to calculate how much it has increased. So this is 3,000, right? Same as well as if we calculate this one and this one, how much increasing? This one minus this one, this one minus this one. So it will be 6,000, right? So now this one minus this one to this one, so x3 let's suppose, so this one will be 8,000 and this one to this one x4 let's suppose, so this will be 5,000, right? So we have calculated each increasing, each 10-year, or we can say each decade, right? See, decade means, I told you, decade means which was n, decade means what? Decade means each 10 years. So see here, so this is 1930 to 1940, so one decade how much increasing? This one. Second decade, increasing and increasing, we have calculated everything. So x bar we have to calculate. So x bar equals to what? X bar equals to average of each increasing population, right? I told you before. So we have to do just x1 plus x2 plus plus x4 divided by how much? Divided by how much? 4, because 4 times it is increasing, right? Or 4 times we have calculated it. So simple, just calculate it. Just put the value, so 3,000 plus 6,000 plus 8,000 and 5,000, right? Divided by 4, so it will be, x bar will be 5500. This is my average. Fine. Now we have to calculate this one. So in the question given, what? In the question given, see, in the question given, what we have to find out? Find out the population after 1 and 6 decade. After 1 and 6 decade means, after 1 means last one was 1970. So after 1 means we have to calculate after 1 decade means 1980. So we have to calculate in 1980, and after 6 decades means 1 means 1980 we have to calculate, and 6 decades means 1970 plus 6 decades. So we have to calculate that year also. 2 years we have to calculate. So let's see how to do it. So population after 1 decade. So after 1 decade, fine. So after 1 decade, what will be it? Pn equals to, I'm writing it down again so that you can remember it in your mind. Pn equals to p0 plus nx bar. You have to write it down, or you have to practice 1 or 2 times so you will remember it easily. Fine. So after 1 decade means it was 1970. After 1 decade means what will be it? It was in 1980, right? So 96 will be what? Equals to p naught. P naught will be what? P naught will be the last year. P naught will be the last year, right? So this will be last year population means 47,000 plus n. Now n is what? N will be what is the question given? The question is given is n. We have to find it out for 1 decade, right? So 1970 to 1980, how much decade? 1 decade. So we have to just calculate it 1 decade. Fine. So this will be 5500, which is calculated here. So the calculation will be, I have already calculated it, so it will be this one. So this will be my answer for 1980 or for 1 decade. Fine. So always remember this n is equals to the number of decades we have to calculate in the question given. Fine. So if the question is given that calculate the let's suppose the decade after 5 decade, fine, or some let's suppose, or some random year is given, fine, let's suppose 2020, fine, or let's suppose it's given 2000, calculate. So we have to calculate from this one to this one, last one to the calculated value one, or the question will be given that value. This was the question is given, we have to find it out the population in 2000. So how much decade will be? It will be 3 decades, right? So n will be 3, like this way. Clear? So otherwise, let's suppose question is given and we have to calculate it out, let's suppose 1990, fine. So how much decade? 2 decade. So n equals to 2, fine. P0 will be last one, last population, and x bar will be whatever will be calculated here, right? So anyway, so and the last one quickly I'm doing it. So population, question was population, we have to find out 1 decade and 6 decade. After 6 decade, So it will be decades, sorry. So P 2030, after 6 decades, 1970 to what will be after 6 decades means we have to add 6 decades means 60 years, right? So 2030, so 2030 equals to will be equals to 47,000 again, the last value of the calculation or of the chart or of the in the question below, and n will be equals to 6 into again 5500, which is this one, right? So after calculation you will get 80,000. So this will be my answer. So I hope this one is clear to you. Fine, this is a very simple equation. I am telling you again, write down each value it will be given in your question, then just calculate the difference in each year or each decade. Fine, x1, x2, x3 you can name it, or you cannot name it, whatever you want. Fine, so just calculate it, then make the average, then after the average you will find the x bar, then just put the value. The question will be given the in which year or after which how many decades you have to calculate. So according to the question, just calculate, put the values here. After 1 decade means in 1980, so calculate P0 means the last one decade, which is 1 decade, into x bar. Same as well as for after 6 decade. So 2730 will be equals to 47,000 into 6 into 5500. So it will be this one. I hope this one is helped you. So let me know if anything you didn't understand. Right? Thank you.